As always, the laundry is in the way, but if we remove it, and if we do that, we still see nothing. But down here is my very small Christmas collection on DVD and Blu-ray, and then I have some other stuff scattered around. I'm gonna stop this clip right now, and I'm gonna put them all on the bed where I usually film the videos, and we're gonna take a look at these. Okay, so what I've done now is I have brought out everything. I've looked through my collection as thoroughly as I thought was realistic, and I've found more than I was expecting to find. I mean, this pile here, or this stack, this number of films, this is the main sort of Christmas shelf that I have that I just showed you. Everything else here is stuff that I've kept elsewhere, and I'm gonna go through this. It's quite a lot, but I think something is missing. There's a lot of movies in the window, but it's December, what is it, December 13th? Yeah, it's Lucia today, so we're gonna go down and we're gonna get something from the basement. So here is my kind of creepy looking, suitable for a slasher film location. Very easy to break into as well, just you need a strong scissors or whatever they're called, and you can get in and steal my pointless stuff. Now usually when I'm down here, because there's no lights in here, well, there is actually a light bulb, but it doesn't come on. Oh, I was gonna say also that I was expecting there to be a bathtub here, and I was gonna kick it. I was gonna make it into a funny scene, but oh well, I guess because it was right in front of my door. But I guess it's a good thing that they removed it, but they could have removed it maybe tomorrow so that I could film that scene. So this doesn't, I don't wanna hurt myself. See, yeah, I guess I gotta switch this, but nobody's, I mean, when you turn on the lights down here, everyone's sort of spaces here inside, they're dark. Anyway, so what am I looking for down here? Just a bunch of crap. It really looks creepy down here. It comes off as like unsettling. Like if somebody shot a crime scene, report from here, then I think people will be like, oh yeah, adds up. The lights turned off. Let's see, what am I looking for? Just to make things creepier. Yeah, I used to have that on my wall, but I don't anymore. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I mean, I know what I'm looking for, but I'm not sure why I'm showing everything else. So here I think I found the right one. So this is broken. I'm not sure why I've kept it. Here's what I'm looking for. In all honesty, I wasn't gonna bring this up this year because I haven't been feeling that up to it. I've been struggling a bit with mental health and things. So I suppose when you do that, maybe bringing this light up that people usually have up during Christmas might be a good idea, because it might cheer you up, remind you of better things. But I've honestly not felt anything at all. So, but I'm forcing myself to bring it up, and I'm forcing myself to talk about Christmas movies, and we're gonna make the best of it. I think this is probably the right choice to not just ignore Christmas at all or completely, but actually try to focus on the things that are positive. Oh, that seemed to work out fine. And this is typically what I need to do. I mean, whatever I have to do in my apartment, something is always in the way. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, don't fall. Obviously gonna be very dusty in here. Oh, okay. Oh, it works. Great. Did I bring up the wrong one? Well, I brought up the other one as well because I'm pretty sure this is my old one. Although I could be mistaken, because when I mean, something is happening. Okay, great. I'm very confused because I was so sure that this was my new one and this was the old one. Maybe this just looks older and uglier. Well, I guess the red color is what you want this time of year. Okay, setup is ready, but you know what? I've only eaten a banana today. Let's get a couple eggs. I suppose that's Christmassy, right? Cheers. Okay, it is time. After all that fuss, we're gonna go through this collection of Christmas stuff. My hope is that while doing this, I'm gonna find something that I want to watch. But I mean, or else we're just recycling content, which I guess is fine, because I've done this before, showing off the Christmas stuff. But it has been a while. I think it has been a couple of years. It's been a few years, I think. Anyway. So the main stack here is sort of in semi-chronological order, so we're just gonna go through these. There we go. Okay, so this is a sort of four film collection: A Christmas in Connecticut, A Christmas Carol, The Shop Around the Corner, and It Happened on Fifth Avenue. So this is kind of a sweet film. I've seen this adaptation, but I don't remember it. I think it's from 1939, 38, so close. Shop Around the Corner, it's a lovely film, and then It Happened on Fifth Avenue. I don't think I've seen this one. Yeah, I've spoken about this in the past. I think it's Region 1. Yeah, so everything that's Region 1, or, well, from America, or some of the things from America are Region 3, but for the most part, it's not. So I can't watch this. I don't think I would maybe watch any of these anyway, but yeah, I don't have the ability to watch American discs at the moment. This is a lovely film, Miracle on 34th Street. This is actually a 2-disc, 2 DVD set with the original and then the remake with Richard Attenborough. And the original, I mean, I've seen the remake, but I don't really recall it being that special. But the original is, you know, it's a nice film. I've seen that a few times. Now, this is usually considered one of the best, and I would have to agree with that. A Christmas Carol, also known as Scrooged, with Alastair Sim. So I had this on DVD a number of years ago, quite a few years ago now, and I watched it. It was like a really crappy DVD without subtitles and bad picture and audio quality. So I remember having to rewind a bunch of times because I would miss the dialogue. But I liked it enough to buy this. I think this might be Region 3. Yeah, it is. So if I want to watch this year, then I can. This one, I believe, was the only one that I saw last year. So this is A Christmas Carol. Well, I should say this is the 1984 version of A Christmas Carol. George C. Scott. When I saw this, I was less familiar with him than I am now. I've seen a few of his films in the last year, I think. Or maybe I saw this 2 years ago. I think I saw this last year. Anyway, I'm more familiar with him as an actor now than I was when I saw this, so maybe rewatching that would be good. White Christmas, I haven't seen this. I don't know when I will. I've had this for years. Gremlins 2. Oh, well, Yeah, alright, Gremlins 2. I have the first one also, but I sold it because it was a steelbook, and I'm sort of planning on rebuying it, a cheaper version, because I was able to get some money for the steelbook. So I don't actually have the first one right now. But I've seen Gremlins a few times, so I don't feel like I need to, watch it again anytime soon. Christmas Story, lovely film, and then this is, I've called this my favorite before, Christmas Vacation. This got a good commentary, by the way. I recall the commentary being quite good. I've been wanting to upgrade A Christmas Story to a version that is not bare bones for many years, and it's just never happened. Here is Jingle All the Way. Not particularly a fan of that one. Santa Claus. I did have the second and the third as well, but I guess I didn't feel like I wanted to watch them again, so I got rid of them. But this one I quite like. I mean, like I said, my hope is that I'm finding something here that I'm gonna throw off to the couch, which I usually do when I am reminded of something I want to watch. You know what? That's the first one. Now, if I'll actually end up watching all these that I'm throwing over, I doubt, but we'll see. This is the Family Man. This I actually have upgraded. This could very well be a Region 1 release, Region A. Can't see anything about that. This has some, I'm not sure if I've seen these extras or listened to the commentary, or it says commentaries even. Well, okay, I'm gonna check that out. So that was a film that I saw on DVD many years ago and I loved, and I upgraded to Blu-ray a few years ago, and I don't think I've seen the Blu-ray, so maybe this is the year. Here is a darker comedy, a darker Christmas film. It's called The Ref. I've seen this once, I don't remember it. It's some kind of hostage story. I don't think I want to see this again. Here is Scrooged. This is a fun one. More kind of out there adaptation of A Christmas Carol. This is one of the first things I bought from Amazon. And I remember like one of my first Amazon packages that I picked up in 2010, because that's when I was turning 18 and I could order stuff from overseas because I had my own card and so on at that point. So I remember that being exciting. So I always have that sort of kind of warm feeling in terms of the Blu-ray. I mean the DVD itself of the release, and of remembering the circumstances and everything. Elf. This has a ton of extras, I think, but I've seen this so much, and it's been on TV all the time. I'm just gonna bring these over. You're gonna be able to spot some of the spines, but that's okay. The Holiday. This was always one that I liked, but I'm gonna put that down. Love Actually. Not crazy about that. We saw that in school when I was maybe 12. Here is Trapped in Paradise. I've seen this a couple times. I actually have quite fond memories of watching this. Bad Santa. I was never a fan of this. Maybe I haven't seen it enough, but I was never a fan of it. Home for the Holidays. This is Region 1. This might actually be a Thanksgiving film. It is, but it feels like it's got the same atmosphere, so that's why it's there. Christmas with the Cranks. This is a Swedish ex-rental. This was always one of my favorites. Maybe nowadays not so much. I'm not sure that I will ever watch that again, but I liked it in the past. Here is The Grinch, or How the Grinch Stole Christmas, with Jim Carrey. This looks like a good release. I don't even know what this has. It's got a commentary, some special features. I also have a memory of watching this with one of my friends must have been when this came out, or well, maybe not that early. When did this come out? I'm sure it's here somewhere, 2000. So I was 8 years old, and it could have been around that time, maybe a year later, because I'm pretty sure we rented the VHS, and then we bought candy and watched it in his room, and I remember that as a nice memory. This is The Family Stone. Oh yeah, this is. Oh yeah, this is the one with. Yeah, this is okay. There's a clashing between her and the family that she's visiting her well her boyfriend's or fiance's family. Let's see what we have. Surviving Christmas. I haven't seen this in a very long time. Most of these I don't really think I want to watch again, but I've kept them for a reason, I guess. There's been many that I've sold that I don't think I would have ever wanted to watch again. I think the one, I mean, I have kept these because I feel like maybe at some point I'm gonna want to watch them again, but I don't know. Four Christmases, and then the night before. So that is the main stack, and I'm gonna pause it real quick, and I'm gonna order these a little bit better, and then we're gonna go through the rest of these. Let us continue with a documentary here called I Am Santa Claus, which for some reason I have in a plastic sort of bag. Yeah, again, this is region A, so I can't watch this again. But this is it's a documentary about Mick Foley, who's a wrestler. He was being this big Christmas guy, and this is a documentary about him sort of wanting to become a Santa Claus. I don't remember the exact details, but he wants to essentially transform into Santa. Not literally, but you know, he likes Christmas so much. I remember they talk about him playing Christmas music in the summer and driving everybody crazy who was with him. So it's you know, exploring that aspect of his desired, well, his love for Christmas, I suppose. And I recall this being quite nice. I would watch this again this year actually if this wasn't region A. And then this stack that I'm about to show you now are from the children's and family section of my collection, which is quite, well, not just kids movies, but sort of it starts with the few kids movies that I have, and then it moves into animation, and I guess these are sort of somewhere in between. This is our, I don't know what the English title is. I do actually. Arthur Christmas is the English title. I've seen this a couple times. Once again, I mean, I have, you know, specific memories of watching a lot of these, but again, I definitely have a nice memory of watching this. Here is sort of a similar thing. I think this may have come out around the same time. This is Prep and Landing, and then the sequel. I remember when I bought this like a little bit too late, and it didn't arrive until after Christmas. So I had to wait until the next year before I could watch it. Well, I could watch it before, but I guess I didn't want to. This might be yeah, this is a DVD and a Blu-ray, so maybe the DVD is region 1. It says so here, and then the Blu-ray is region 3. But I don't really feel like watching. A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. This is a lovely slipcover, I have to say. I still have the Momox, right? I bought from them a bunch of times, and then they always have these stickers on the back that I apparently never removed. But yeah, this one I actually have pleasant memories of watching on television on Christmas Eve and so on. And I never watched this Blu-ray, but it's here if I ever want to watch it. Maybe you want to see the satisfaction of taking this off. Okay, I think this has some extra. It's got a bunch of extras, holy crap. At least by the looks of it. Okay, and then, well, this one I'm gonna try to watch again. This is a favorite of mine, Nightmare Before Christmas. Lovely looking steelbook. I don't have a lot of steelbooks left, but I had a really nice, do I dare to throw this steelbook? I'm gonna do that. Let's see if this works. Yeah, worked out fine. Landed on the couch, safe and sound. No, but I had the DVD, which had like a really nice packaging. It had like a not just an embossing, but like Jack Skellington's face coming out of the box. But the Blu-ray is superior in terms of content, so I sold that DVD long ago. But I remember I was with my grandmother in, when would this have been? 2008 maybe. And she let me pick a bunch of movies in December or November that I would be getting for Christmas. She didn't give them to me then, but she let me pick them out. and I picked Nightmare Before Christmas as one of them. So yeah, I think that was in 2008, and I've seen it a bunch of times since then, but I don't think I've seen it in a couple of years. Here's one called I'll Be Home for Christmas. I really not sure. I think I'm just gonna sell this because I have no interest in keeping that. Some of these I may have kept because they're not worth much, and so maybe I mean, sometimes if you wait a few years, then they get out of stock, or they become out of print, and then you can get more money for them. So I guess that's what I've been doing sometimes. I think actually this next stack, with the exception of the first one here that I'm going to show you, this next stack is going to be stuff that where that sort of applies. I don't think I will ever watch any of these again, except for this one, which I brought out, Funny Farm. It's not really a Christmas movie, but some people refer to it as such because it's got some kind of Christmas scene in it, or a sequence involving or taking place during Christmas. But I like this one, but I haven't seen that in a while. Okay, so this next stack, gonna go through very quickly. Noel, Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Santa Claus the Movie, Ernest Saves Christmas, Call Me Claus, and Deck the Halls. So that's a movie that people love to hate. Some people love to not hate it, but most people love to hate it. This one, I may hold on to this. I don't think, maybe I'm not gonna sell that, but these other ones are likely going to be sold at some point. And then, oh yeah, we have one more. We have Tokyo Godfathers, Satoshi Kon. I've only seen this once, but it's, as I recall that it takes place around the holidays, yeah, on Christmas Eve even. Well, no, I suppose between Christmas and New Year's. It looks like I've seen this once. It's been a number of years. So what I did here was I brought out a few Christmas specials for TV shows, and sitcoms, they typically do that. They'll have Christmas specials, but I don't really feel like I need to or can talk about them all. So I just brought out a few that stood out in my collection. A couple here that have standalone releases. Most of the Christmas specials, they are included in a bigger box set, but I have two. I may have more, but I only found two DVDs that are sort of standalone releases, so I may as well include these. This is a lovely show, Outnumbered. This is the Christmas special for 2011, and I'm pretty sure that they have done a few of these. I remember when I got into this show, I was not doing very well, but it was a show that cheered me up, and I have good memories of it. But it's also colored by that angst that I was feeling at the time. But it is a very nice show, and I am planning on watching it again at some point. Maybe not this year. It's only like a week and a half until Christmas, which is kind of crazy. This year has been something else. Maybe we shouldn't focus on that. I was gonna talk about that a little bit, but I don't know if people want to hear it, so we're just gonna move on with this one, maybe the best of them all. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, A Very Sunny Christmas. Again, Region 1, but I've seen this a bunch of times. I mean, it's very cheap to buy a Region 1 DVD player, and I'm meaning to do that, but I haven't gone around to it. A Region 3 Blu-ray player, on the other hand, is a bit more expensive, but I feel like I could at least get a Region 3 DVD player, and because I have a whole bunch, that could be another video. I have a bunch of Region 1 DVDs in my collection that I haven't been able to watch, it would absolutely be worth it getting a Region 1 DVD player for maybe, I don't know, $40, whatever, and then watch some of those. But I mean, this one I've seen before, but it would be nice to watch this again. I've seen that a bunch of times, actually. And then I brought this out because I wanted to comment on how brilliant the Blackadder's Christmas Carol is. It reverses the Christmas Carol story. He starts as a nice guy who is turned nasty rather than the opposite, which is a lovely twist. I love that. I've seen that a couple times. I'm gonna throw this over to. This is so heavy. I don't want to hit anything. I'm gonna throw that over here. And now maybe. I mean, I said this about It's Always Sunny, but this surely is the best. Which one is it? Mr. Bean's Christmas. This is the third DVD. There's 3 DVDs with Mr. Bean's, with the show Mr. Bean, released in Sweden many years ago, and the Christmas special here is contained on the 3rd disc. So this is I love this, but I know that by heart, so I don't know that will watch it this year. And this stack, I'm gonna have to bring them a bit closer. This is a stack of Swedish titles. First of all, this is the only movie. This is I think there's an English title for this that's quite different. But the translation of the Swedish title is Santa Claus is father to all of the children, and it's a sort of half black comedy that takes place on Christmas Eve, kind of chaotic celebration with a bunch of ex-wives and their new husbands, and I was never able to figure out who was who in this film. So it's that kind of a film. Chaos during Christmas, and not necessarily one that's been critically acclaimed, but it is a popular one. I've seen that enough. I don't need to watch that again, but I do like it. Let's see. I have some kid stuff here. This is actually, well, not sure why I brought this out, because I'm not gonna. This is not gonna be anything that's of very much interest, but this is another Christmas special to a show called Hip Hip. I guess I just grabbed it because it was a Christmas special. But I do have something to say about these children's stuff. This is Astrid Lindgren's Christmas. This is a collection of clips from film and TV adaptations of her novels that contain Christmas themes. This used to be one of my favorites to watch when I was a kid. One of them is Pippy Longstocking, and I have the box set here, which contains the TV show. This has a lovely Christmas special that sort of I haven't seen this in forever, but I kind of know it by heart, having seen it so much as a child, and up into my teens I watched it. And I'm sure I've seen this in my 20s as well, but it's been a while. It is really lovely. I may put that on. Whoops, it hit the Blackadder box. Now, the only thing that I have left here to talk about, and I don't really know if I could really talk about these at length, but I have spoken about these in the past. These are, you can see the year here on the spines. The years well, very clearly imply when these aired. These are TV shows that air every Christmas between the 1st and the 24th of December. Mostly directed towards children, but there are certain shows that feel more accessible to adults as well. But really the ones, like I said, I've spoken about these in the past. This is just a fairly small collection of all of the ones that's been produced over the years. I've kept the ones, I had a goal to collect them all that I gave up a few years ago when I realized that I'm never going to watch them all, because I don't really have any interest in some of the more recent ones that are more sort of child directed towards children. I don't think I'm going to get a lot out of those. So I just kept the ones that either the ones that are classics to me that I've seen in the past, or the ones that I feel like I might want to watch for the first time. I guess this is the one that I've been watching the most. But I'm sort of sick of talking about these because I've done that in the past, so I'm being very vague, but yeah, you can say a lot about these, but yeah, comedy, family oriented. Not all comedy, but they tend to be pretty lighthearted, and it's usually meant to bring you into Christmas Eve. They tell various stories of everything you could ever imagine, from supernatural themes to very basic stuff of people in their shed presenting stuff, whatever. That may have been done more in the past than it is now, but anyway. Yeah, I think that's all for the Christmas movies. So I guess something else is gonna happen now. I'm sitting here in front of my computer in the kitchen. This is where I have to kind of work. This is the store. This is the stuff that's been selling. You can see Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn here. I'm typically have some. I mean, this is a long playlist. There's nothing embarrassing here, hopefully. I never get around to watching all the stuff that I've added. So I'm sitting here, sort of doing some work and looking through my hard drives. You can see one right there. But I'm sitting here, I don't know if this is gonna be interesting, and I'm filming my computer with my phone. It's just not ideal at all. But I haven't looked through my hard drives in forever. And I'm going through my hard drives partly because I had to add a bunch of stuff to my hard drives because I've been postponing this or procrastinating for so long. But then I've been having this idea also over the past sort of couple years, more than that, to go through my hard drives and to compile some kind of video, whatever that might be. But it's not happening. I don't really know what I would even do with all this stuff. But I really like the fact that I have this. Here is, well, first of all, just thought that I would give a virtual tour. So here's, filmed with the Flip Mino HD camcorder, which was an old camera that I had. So I have all my videos saved here. And most of this, well, this is so, I mean, this channel was created in 2009, in May, so maybe June. So I think, I mean, everything here is already up on my channel, basically. But then you have, I mean, I've written most of this in Swedish. Bloopers, apparently. Probably not that entertaining. Anyway, but then I have this file here which says never uploaded, and I don't even know, like, there's so much stuff here. This says ouch. It's just, over the years, I mean, everything I've filmed since about 2009, I've saved. I haven't deleted anything. Amateur oh no, what's this? So many years ago, well, this is in the same kitchen, actually, by the same table. This is right after I moved in. I would take Ambien and I would get absolutely nuts, and then I would film this nonsense. So this is like some kind of experiment with editing that's really rough, and it's probably extremely embarrassing.
You called? I did. Listen. Oh, hey, same shirt. Yeah, you're right, actually. We do have the same shirt. Yeah. And how's that? 2001 too. Oh, yeah, good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie. Same film. Yeah. Oh, yeah, same face too. Same face. Yeah. Well, the shirt is cool though. Shirt is cool. Really cool. Really cool. That's not what you wanted though. That's not why you. No. Actually, I thought we could perhaps sing a song together. Yeah. Well, I'm not really a very good singer, but really, I've heard you sing. You're great. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, maybe if you start, and I can kind of. Okay. Yeah. I know the perfect song. Do sweet child of mine. Do sweet child of mine. Sweet child of mine. Look at him. What? Okay, stop. Why? I'm not feeling this. Why not? We were not feeling this. What? Why? No, it's just your ponytail, man. It fucking bugs me. It's the ugliest thing I've seen in my life. My ponytail. Your ponytail is fucking ugly too. Even uglier than mine. I have the same ponytail. I think mine is awesome. My ponytail is not ugly at all. Actually, now I'm in a bad mood. Because my ponytail is awesome.
So basically, Neil Breen, eat your face out. Is that the expression? I don't think it is. Eat your heart out. Okay, but really what I was looking for when I was sitting here was Christmas clips that I could throw into this video. Oh, this can't be right. This is 2006. That can't be right. I know what this is. I shouldn't show this. This is when I was working with my dad. He is a doctor. And when the swine flu was happening, great memories. I'm glad we're back and worse. I would sort all the papers, and for some reason I filmed that. I filmed everything for a number of years in my life. I would film just about anything, and most of it, I mean, I've never shown anybody because I just needed something to do. And in my lonesome, I think I needed somebody to talk to, or I had people to talk to, but I needed to just get thoughts out. And because I was filming a lot, I would use my camera and just film a bunch of nonsense. Not all of this is nonsense. Oh look, this says Christmas 2017 at my mother. I don't think that I've shown this. This is nothing. I mean, this footage is so... It's my grandfather. Yeah, I don't think this is working out because I should probably look into a program where I can actually record off the computer. I can show you one thing though. So this is a deadlift from a year and a half ago. I know that I know I lifted 160 kg around this time. Now this might be 160. Oh no, that's 165. I failed. I actually did that recently quite easily. So that's like the silver lining of this year, fitness. So this is a year and a half ago, and I failed on 165, and I recently did that. I had a long hiatus of lifting the deadlift at least. This is 160. Anyway, speaking of working out, I think I should really do that today because I haven't done that in a while. I really don't want to. I really don't fucking want to. Anyway, it continues. Okay, I am actually going to work out, and I've built up not an excitement about this, but I feel like, yeah, I actually kind of feel like working out. I do need a couple pillows for my dumbbells. I don't want to drop them down on the floor. So the problem is working out at home for me. I don't have a lot of equipment here. The lighting is awful. Let's see, well. So this is all I have, these weights. It's about, 60 kg in total. So it's not a lot. It's hard to do supersets, meaning 2 or more exercises after each other without resting. Because if I want to do that, then it's hard to find exercises that I use the same weights on. Because if I use different weights, I don't have enough it's so dark here. I don't have enough weights to have 2 dumbbells and 1 barbell if I want to do. So I'm gonna be using these today, and I'm gonna remove the weights, put them on here, and do sort of dumbbell flies or presses on the floor. So if I want to do those and then maybe bicep curls right after, I have to change all the weights and add them onto this bar, and that takes too long. Or I can do them with these, but then it's too heavy because I'm stronger in my chest than in my biceps. Most people are. So it's hard to do supersets, and I don't like doing just one thing and then resting. Well, it depends. I do have to say that this year has been a bit of it's been a tough year, and it still feels completely surreal that this is reality. I haven't gotten used to it. But if there's a silver lining to this year for me, it's been that I've been able to, because I haven't worked out at the gym for a long time, but I have the luxury of having a father who is a doctor, and he has access to a gym at his workplace. I mean, it's not a complete gym, but there's enough stuff to get a good workout. And so we've worked out together since March, me and my father and my sister sometimes, and it's been really fun. We've been doing bench and deadlift and squats and clean and jerk and snatch, all kinds of big lifts that I haven't done a lot at all, or at least in a while. So I've actually gotten stronger, so that I'm really happy about. So part of me I don't want this to continue, this whole world crisis, but I'm sorry, I'm just filming the floor. But if there is a positive to this whole thing, it is that I can work out with my family, and that's really nice, and that's gonna end at some point. It's gonna be kind of nostalgic. But anyway, so but what I have done at home, I've done a lot of burpees, and this is the best spot to do that, in my kitchen. So I thought that I would do that today. I'm gonna do some burpees as a warm up. I'll do, I don't know, 50 burpees, because I haven't worked out this week. I've been in a bad mood. But I know that this makes me feel good, so I gotta do it more often. And kind of force yourself to do it if you don't want to. That's very important, but it's easy to not do it. So I'm gonna do some burpees, and then some presses, and then we will see where it goes. And I need some music. I haven't listened to all of this recently. This is not like the most recent stuff. I don't think I have the band here that I want to listen to. This is everyone's favorite music to listen to during Christmas. Okay. So I am sitting here after a workout, nothing better than watching a strongman competition, and this year has been rough for many people, but including strongmen, including athletes. Brian Shaw here, this is his website. He has actually organized a competition of himself, of his own, that he is competing in himself, and he has invited, I think, 9 athletes, and he doesn't take any of the prize money. This is sort of supposed to be some kind of altruistic, some kind of way to give back to the athletes. So if he wins this competition, which happens to take place at his gym, so some people have said that he has advantages, but I don't think that's really fair, because he's not taking the prize money if he were to win. He's just he just wants to organize a competition in a year when there wasn't a lot of them. So this is great. Yesterday, day 1 was uploaded. Day 1 was it took place on Friday, and yesterday was Saturday. So I'm sitting here waiting and refreshing, hoping to see day 2, and that's the final day as well. Day 2 out of 2. Let's see. Doesn't seem like it's up yet. It should be up anytime now. So I am really looking forward to watching this competition. I'm gonna go and make some food, and when I come back, I'm hoping for did it refresh or what? I guess so. I'm hoping for this to be available. Okay, errands are done, pants are off. I'm gonna eat a couple of egg sandwiches with milk, and then I think I'm gonna work out. Fast forward a bit, I've just worked out, a really great workout. I mean, yesterday's workout was just okay, but today's workout was actually really great, and I'm happy I did it. Speaking of yesterday, I put these lesser Christmas films, if you will, up here, where I have a lot of stuff stacked that I don't really care about too much. I started thinking about this just now. There we go. I started thinking about this, what I said about it. I'm actually kind of curious, because I've seen it once and I don't remember it, and I've always heard people talking about how bad it is. I'm not really necessarily that eager to watch it again, but for whatever reason, I just felt like sort of watching it again, maybe more properly, if you will, and see what I think this time. So I changed my mind about that one. I'm gonna make some food. Well, I ended up making pasta instead of the potato wedges that I brought out. It might not look pretty, but this is what I had, and I just thought that I'd throw together whatever I had, and then I'll do some more grocery shopping tomorrow probably. I have some chocolate from earlier this weekend as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna eat I've only had those 2 sandwiches that I showed you earlier, so I think that's gonna be, this is a very big meal, but I think it's gonna be about right for today. Then I started watching this film last night, Beyond the Door, but I'm taking it out because I want to watch a Christmas movie, and I'm gonna try to decide which one. Can you guess which one? I may as well. I brought it out now, so it's on my mind. I do have to say that it feels like a little bit of a blast from the past, watching a very traditional, at least so far, the way it's, I mean, I know the film more or less what it's about, but I don't remember all of it, certainly. But in the opening, it's very obvious what they're going for with the music, with the introductions of the characters and of the town, and now Danny DeVito's character is about to be introduced. So it's a very familiar setting, a very familiar feeling to this kind of film, and I just haven't watched these films in a while, so it feels, I suppose, bittersweet in a way, mostly sweet. It's a nice feeling, but I suppose it also reminds me of how I used to enjoy this in the past, and for that reason, it's not entirely sweet, but I'm enjoying watching this. I can't deny that. I would say that about a few minutes after DeVito and his young wife, Kristen Chenoweth, have been introduced, it starts to become. I mean, I was aware of this and I was waiting for it, but it's becoming pretty clear pretty quickly why people dislike this film. It's got a really nasty tone. Yeah, I don't know, and then they're going for really cheap jokes. Those jokes, I guess, are expected, but certainly not funny. Really, this is how it starts. This is awful. I mean, the girls, his daughters, they introduced this program to him where you can see every house from space, but then they zoom in and you can't see his house. For some reason, you can't see his house. But you can see the big house, which I assume that's Matthew Broderick's house. And then on his way back from the dumpster, he steps on like a bulb, like a green Christmas light bulb, whatever. And he gets the idea that Jesus fucking Christ, that's how little it took for him to come up with this nonsensical idea out of nowhere to light up his house so that it can be seen from space. I guess I guess so. I mean the idea of a crazy man wanting his house to be seen from space is a great plot for a Christmas movie, because you're getting a lot of these scenes that are kind of exciting to watch. Him harvesting all these lights, putting them up, and so on. But I feel like they could have maybe come up with a better reason for him to do it. What I will say about this, which is sort of somewhat positive, is that it makes me want to continue watching Christmas movies. Now, I don't know if that means that it's doing its job, or if I'm craving something more, something better than this, something that sort of gets to the heart of Christmas a bit better. This was a bad one to start with. I'm not regretting it, but it's. I mean, it is what it is. It's entertaining at best. I think this might be my favorite character in the film, the conductor. I mean, he's not a character. That's literally the scene he's in. I mean, so the film is reaching its end. We're 10-15 minutes away, and I can understand why people like this. There are people who certainly people who like it. It's easy to follow along with what the more the general consensus of this being shit. There's a lot to that. There's a lot of things that don't work. A lot of lines, jokes that are just misfiring completely, or they don't land, or they're exaggerated, or they're strange and out of place. And scenes where they bring it up to 11 whatever for no reason, and it's just out of place. Characters who act very strangely and inhumanely. Anyway, etc. It's a lot of odd things about this. A lot of things that are off, but I don't know. It is. I mean, I can't lie about not enjoying it. I've been sitting here tonight and watching this, eating dinner, which was too much, by the way. And I've sort of had a nice time, so I can't say that I really have anything against this. So I'm actually happy I watched it again. I think this is the last time, but I am happy that I actually don't hate it. It's always nice watching a film that most people hate, and when you watch it yourself, you're being honest with yourself. I might not necessarily like it or call it good, but it's entertaining.
For all the guys, so everybody contest worked hard, and I feel like they needed.
God. I'm not annoyed with Brian. I've just been working out, and the workout went really well, but I've had these headaches lately that go down into my jaw, and I'm dealing with one now, and I'm gonna wait for it to pass, and then I'm actually gonna watch another Christmas film, because I enjoyed watching Deck the Halls yesterday. I've been thinking about it. It was actually quite nice. So I'm gonna maybe watch Santa Claus tonight.
You can tell I don't really clean this that often.
Yeah, so I was gonna make 3 of these because 2, they're not gonna fill me up. I am absolutely starving after this workout. I haven't had a ton to eat today. I typically do that. I don't eat more than I eat what I have to. Like during the day, I basically look at food as energy in terms of what I need, and then in the evening, that's when my sort of demons set in, and that's when I turn to food too much. But I'm working on that all the time. But anyway, so not the healthiest diet here, but I bought some rice cakes with pizza flavor, which is what I used to eat when I was a child. And I don't really eat this much anymore, but they are quite tasty. I bought them today at the grocery store. I still have some of this. I don't know why. I don't really want to eat it. Alright, so the thing is now I'm listening to Daisuke. I said that I was gonna watch the Santa Claus. Or Santa Claus. But yeah, I saw earlier that France is leaving Netflix Sweden in December 31st, and I have them on Blu-ray, but it's very handy to watch them like this, and I watch them all the time, these episodes, and I have since forever, but I was just reminded of them, and I felt like watching one of the Christmas episodes when I'm eating, so I'm gonna do that. Oh man, I mean, it's worth getting through the day to be able to sit down, relax in your, sweatpants, whatever, with nice food in front of something you like watching. Then tomorrow it starts over again. Yeah, so just a friendly request here. How do you not cook way too much pasta? Is this possible? Or is it like scientifically proven to be impossible not to cook too much pasta? Because I always cook way too much and throw out half. Okay, I'm stretching over for the controller. I've made a couple of saffron. I haven't made them. I've put them in the microwave. They're frozen buns. I bought these because they were saffron flavored, and I thought that was appropriate for December. These are buns, cinnamon buns usually, but in this case saffron instead of cinnamon. I typically like these, but I had a few a couple of weeks ago, and I wasn't really that fond of them, so I haven't had any more. But tonight I thought I would have a couple. And I have the HDMI cable from my computer plugged into the television, so I'm gonna change the outlet to number 4, because I just put in the Santa Claus. Finally, well, finally. I mean, I was gonna watch it yesterday, like I said, and then I never did. And now it's like 11:30 at night. But I am feeling like this, I don't know, I feel like it's appropriate. I don't know, I just feel like it's about time to watch this film. I kind of looking forward to getting into this. I've seen this twice before. I'm pretty sure I've seen it twice. I know I've seen it twice. I don't think I've seen it more than that. But yeah, saffron buns, Santa Claus. How much more Christmassy can you really get? So let's play this thing. I think it's been It's been a number of years since I've seen this. Probably about, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe 5 years. I mean, that's very clearly a stunt man. You can kind of tell by the whole body language. I don't think that matters. It is kind of strange. I recall now, as I started to watch the film, that, oh yeah, Santa Claus is about to fall from the roof and die. He dies. And then Tim Allen has to take over. I don't remember why he has to take over, but I know he does for some reason. But it's pretty brutal that Santa Claus falls and dies just like that. Oh, it's all lighthearted fun. This kid witnessing Santa Claus dying very violently. Well, he didn't witness the fall, but oh, it's all good fun. I mean, I like that his child is a big part of this story, which is maybe to be expected. But witnessing your father become Santa Claus is a pretty interesting idea, I guess. But yeah, maybe Santa had to die for Tim Allen to realistically take over. Maybe that was the best scenario for that to take place. So this North Pole sequence, when he learns that he basically is the new Santa Claus and there's nothing he can do about it, I have to wonder what would happen to this guy if he chose not to fulfill his duties. Would they hunt him down and torture him like the CIA? Well, this might have been. This is the most ridiculous scene so far, when his heartbeat is the Jingle Bells song. You know, dun 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 dun. It even changed tone. I mean, I do think it's pretty easy to come to the conclusion that this film was made with a sense of wonder and positivity in mind, but it is easy to, as a viewer, to pick it apart and comment on all the things that are kind of messed up about this film. And it's hard, sometimes I feel like it's hard to sort of come to the conclusion what approach is the best approach. Is it better to look at this film for what it is, or is it more realistic and more fair to pick it apart in terms of why it does not work? Or should you ignore those things and focus on what was actually intended? Well, if we do focus on what was intended, I do think it's a very sweet film, and it is enjoyable. It's a little bit underwhelming, I realize. I mean, watching it again, it felt slightly underwhelming. Yeah, I don't think I really gained very much watching it again. I mean, watching Deck the Halls a couple of days ago, I realized that I actually kind of enjoyed that film, which I was surprised to find out. But this one, it's just, yeah, whatever. I've seen it before, and I've seen it again now. It didn't really make much of a difference, but it's nice to have this stuff on. Yeah, I mean, I understand why people like it. I quite like it myself, but it's not anything special.
Bättre så. Säg till.
Ja, men det är bra.
Så.
Mm. So this has been sort of flickering a couple of times, but if you just turn one of these things,
usually works. I just woke up. It's Saturday. Taking something for my headache, but now it's it's going down. But it was just wouldn't fucking let go. I had something called Horton's headaches a few years ago. Sorry, well, cluster headaches, I suppose in English, or what felt very much like them, and it feels like somebody grabs your eyeball and squeezes it quite hard. It's the most numb. It's a numb, horrible pain. But that's not the point. While I'm filming, I was just sitting here, waiting for this to get ready. And I have spotted this film here. I have some piles here of unupdated stuff, mostly not this. This is a Dardenne collection that I just have here because I have another film, 2 Days, One Night, and I just thought that I would show this together with it, but I've already talked about that. Anyway, but this is foreign films that I haven't updated yet, and if I can, no, that's gonna be too dangerous. I have a Christmas film here. I found extremely cheap. Oh, let's see if this works. Okay, this was literally not even half a dollar. This was pennies and cents. This was just pathetically cheap. It's a Swedish Christmas film from it says 2019, so I guess this is a year old now. I'm gonna watch this. I'll start watching it, and we'll see what this is, because I remember that a few months ago when I bought this and a lot of the other stuff, I thought, well, Christmas is coming up in some time. I'll remember to put this in then, and it's Christmas on Thursday. So it's Saturday. It's 5 days. I'm not gonna watch this now, but I'm gonna check this out later.
Let's see if this is just in my mind or if it's the lighting. But I came home to after a workout once again, and the very difficult to figure this out. The Advent lights are turned off, but they're kind of black. You can see that. I guess I wonder if this could have been a fire hazard. I guess these are finito. Too bad. I really want to keep this. I guess whenever I go grocery shopping, I'm gonna have to look for one of these. Hope that they have one, because this is kind of depressing. I like this. I actually do. This is kind of bumming me out. I wanted to have this on. Oh well. I'm gonna have to look for it. Well, whenever I'm there to do other errands I need to do. Obviously, I shouldn't go there just for this unnecessarily at this time of the year. But that kind of stinks.
No fucking way. I put on Christmas Vacation just to have something on in the background. I didn't look at much of it, but I just wanted to have something on. When I don't have the lights, I needed something else, I guess. And I've been lying here after my workout. I'm reading about Covax, which is sort of I'm very early on in looking into this, but I was curious about the funding of the vaccine, and then I started reading about Covax, which is some kind of alliance to ensure a rapid what's the word I'm looking for? To ensure a rapid insurance. A rapid sort of this is not my first language, I've only spoken it all my life, but anyway, since I was maybe 9. It's difficult with language. To present and to distribute a vaccine across the world. And the film is an hour and a half, I guess, and now something else is gonna start that I don't want to see, so I'm gonna stop that. Fuck off with that. But that just proves that when you jump into a rabbit hole, you just keep it's dangerous to do this, but it is obviously I don't know. I feel like it should be possible to just put half an hour aside now and then and read a little bit about some of the things. But when you do that, you just keep I don't know, finding other stuff. And I gotta go buy food. I mean, I know absolutely fuck all about what would make it look like this, but I don't know if it's an overheating issue or just it reaching the end of its lifespan. Alright, so let me head over to the grocery store. My bike here has no air in the tire. I was gonna leave this, gonna go get this repaired on Wednesday, but then I managed to just get like in the middle of their lunch break. So they're closed for an hour between 1 and 2. So I had to walk back with this. I didn't want to have to wait. I couldn't be bothered to walk back to the center of town again. So I'm gonna have to do that on Monday. So I'm gonna walk to the grocery store. I hate walking. It takes so long. Goddamn. Oh, fucking fall. Piece of shit. Oh, I should throw out my thrash more. I could have done that now on the way, but so narrow in the hallway with the bookcases, with the bike, and then oh god, this is my biggest pet peeve by the way. When I've edited my own vlogs, this, because I always had a runny nose when I was outside and I would film, and I would constantly do this. I would just wish for the past me to like, just shut up with your nose just once. Please, it's annoying. Anyway, I know what I'm gonna take my jacket off, it's really warm. And some of this I guess, one-handed. Okay, it's a bit much. Ow. Sorry. So, been grocery shopping, have I? I was gonna say that it actually is quite nice with, and you're used to all the mess, I'm not even gonna apologize again. I was gonna say that I actually quite enjoyed the walk. I mean, bought myself some cookies, some chips, and some dip. Where's the dip? Somewhere down here. I enjoyed the walk actually, but it's just my problem is that I sweat so much. So if I take like a brisk walk with a thick jacket and then I get inside of the store, I bought more junk than I was supposed to. But I've been working out 5 times this week and not eating much junk. In the way of candy anyway. Okay. So I get inside and then I stand in line and then I feel my back gripping. It's less nice than the walk itself. Well, this is the haul. I would have bought more stuff to sort of stock up before the holidays, but I need to go to another grocery store anyway and pick up a couple packages later on. See, there it is again, the sniffling. So I'm just gonna have to go inside to that store and buy some other stuff that I need in that store too. So otherwise I could have bought everything from this store, but it's so expensive, so I just bought what I needed for the next few days, I guess. This is really quite, I do cook, but I like these pies and I like just simple stuff. I mean, it's tasty enough. This one, I had that the other day. It was actually not bad. These cookies, they are Kneck, that's some kind of hard caramel or toffee.
some ham on sale, and yeah, hot dogs. I already have hot buns. Hot dog buns, whatever. You know what? I forgot to buy one thing, which actually makes me want to go back. But to hell with it. It's probably for the best. I was gonna buy beer, but I can do without beer. You know what? I actually have one beer. Yeah, basically one. I don't think I even. I mean, I opened this up. I guess I had one yesterday, and I opened up another one. Ended up not drinking it. So I have this, and I have 2 ciders as well. All right, the pie is ready. I added some eggs. Can't get enough apparently. And I'm gonna eat this. I don't know what I'm gonna watch. Okay, Taskmaster is perfect. Series 10, episode 9, and then episode 10 is out as well. They just announced the series 10 guests or contestants, and Lee Mack is the only one that I recognize. And the Swedish version, season 5, starts in February, I think the 26th. So I'm looking forward to those, especially the Swedish one. I just know the people better. It's easier to enjoy things. The sense of humor in something in your own language, I find. Not entirely, but in this case, it's a little bit like that. Yeah, in this case particularly, not generally, absolutely not. But anyway, so I'm gonna watch this. So we're looking at a sad little 2 pieces left, and I'm both reminded of the great Kevin Smith. I forget the name of his character, Doug something. Anyway, in King of Queens, he's bummed out, and he gets a kind of chocolate pudding, and he eats it real quick. He gets happy, and then when it's over, he's like, now I'm sad again. And I'm reminded of the equally great, probably a little bit better, Alfred Hitchcock, who Mel Brooks told a story about him, eating dinner with him. He ordered this big meal, and then when he was done, he kind of leaned back, kind of seemed to ponder something, and then he called somebody over and he said, "Do it again." And then he got the same meal all over again. I could eat this again easily, but that's all I have. Oh fuck, I meant Kevin James. Ow. Haul is done. I wasn't expecting to get this done today. I look very, very pudgy. Yes, I'm working on it. So the thing lately is that I've been struggling to sleep properly, and I don't know. I've always had sleeping problems. Always sort of been used to sleepless nights, like my eyes burning because I want to sleep but I'm not able to. Like I said earlier on in the video, for a while I took Ambien, but that really wasn't a good idea because the side effects were too immense when I didn't fall asleep. But lately I've slept maybe a maximum of 6 hours, I think, on average every night. And that's not really enough, but I've been doing okay. But the thing is now with this situation, it's hard to, when you have this sleeping schedule, it's hard to find the right time to run errands. You know, I want to be there at a certain time when there's not a lot of people, not just because of COVID, but because of it's just nice without a big line, you know. So what I thought tonight, I wanted to be at the store. I had a couple packages to pick up, and I had a couple packages to drop off, and I was doing some work tonight with the packages, preparing them, and then I was editing all night because I thought if I stay up all night, then I can go to the store when they open at 8 o'clock. So that's what I did. So I've just been there. I took a walk. It was actually quite a nice walk. On the way home was a little bit, my back hurt from carrying the bag, but that's, my back is always a problem. But I'm really happy to have done these errands because this was, I think I said that yesterday, I was planning on doing some more grocery shopping, and I wasn't really planning on doing it today, but I went there after a sleepless night, after having edited all night and whatever. I was able to get my errands done. It didn't really take that long. I don't know what the time, I don't have a clock on my wall. I can't see what my cell phone says right now. But yeah, I was happy to to be able to run the errands, so I thought that I would show you a few of these things. Just before that though, this video is gonna cut off before Christmas. I'm not gonna show the celebration, which I guess is going to be expected if you're watching this as it's released, but it's pretty long, so maybe you wanna divide it up or whatever. But I want to release this before Christmas, or on Christmas at least, and so I'm not really showing a lot of the celebration because it's gonna be pretty modest anyway, as most people this year. It's not. It doesn't feel fun to really show the celebration. It doesn't really feel like I want to do that, and besides, I want to get this up before, so it's not really a possibility anyway. I'm not. There's probably a few more things to happen in this video, but I just wanted to talk a little bit because, well, if you've watched this video this far, maybe you could have fast forwarded, I suppose. But if you have watched this far, then I really appreciate it. I've sort of felt an increasing need to look for things that can keep me busy. And this has been one of those things. It's been really nice to film, edit, and coming up with very, very minor ideas. But it's fun. It's fun to do something, be creative, or at least to be busy and do something you actually enjoy. So if a few people have seen this video and liked it, then that's really good. I really hope everyone is gonna have the best Christmas you can have this year, and I think 2021 will be better, or if we listen to conspiratorial voices, it's going to be a lot worse. I'm going to keep at it, keep trying to get this down a bit. It is, yeah, honestly, I feel pretty good physically right now. I feel like I'm pretty fit compared to what I have been. I have this, when I gain weight, it really goes to my face. And I have to say, if I look at myself in the mirror, I do think that maybe I look a little bit thinner. It's okay. I've always had a very slight sort of body dysmorphia, so these things, they are a little bit difficult for me. But I think it's important to try to overcome that. And the reason I am pretty positive actually, because workout has been pretty well. My diet is moving in the right direction. It's not an overnight change. Well, anyway, I'm rambling. I was really just gonna say, I was just gonna say that I've stayed up. I've stayed up all night, and I've run some errands, and now I'm hoping to maybe get into some kind of a routine or a schedule before the 24th on Thursday, so that I can get up, because my plans for Thursday is that I'm going to go to my mom. I had a short clip earlier on in this video where I was at her. So we're gonna celebrate, me and my mom, and then I am going up to my father, celebrating with my family there. And that's what I usually do, but that's what's gonna happen this year as well. The difference is that I'm not gonna see as many grandparents. And I'm not going to see, and one has had to, out of respect for everybody else who I will meet this Christmas and spend a lot of time in sort of a close vicinity inside, you gotta kind of, I guess the the advice is to, or the recommendation is to self-isolate for a week before. So I guess we've all been trying to do that as best we can. But you know, this is all a big mess. I don't even know. I don't even know how to interpret the information. I know what the information is. I know what the guidelines are. It's just, I don't know. It's a very difficult time. Not that I've been necessarily that affected personally. My schedule has been pretty similar. I've had to adjust, but you know, it hasn't been dramatically different for me. A lot of people have had, you know, to make. I don't have to go there. That's pretty obvious that a lot of people have it worse. But still, I'm only me. I'm only living this life, experiencing these things, and for me it's difficult. So that's all I can say. All right. Now on that cheerful tone, I'm going to show you some of the things that I bought. I bought some wrapping paper. I wasn't sure if I would need it. And then I bought another one of these. And she gave me an additional receipt for this, like a guarantee, whatever. This was very cheap. This was it was like $4 or $5. So I don't expect this to last for years. I just wanna honestly, I just wanna have this for a week. And that's worth the money. This was much cheaper than I thought. I did see last time I was there that they had these at the register, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. But since I was going there anyway, I thought that I would buy one, and they were definitely cheaper than I was expecting. I would have paid £10 for this, so you know, I'm happy with it. But I'm not going to unbox. I might give you a little tease of what's in this package, but I'm not gonna do a proper unboxing. I did buy, before we unbox this, real quick, I bought a candle for myself because I was at the buying the wrapping and the candle anyway. So so I bought this candle too because it was there, and I don't know if I have it up here. I think it might be in the basement, so I'm gonna have to go down and get it. But I'm gonna light this. I did this a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I had a little glass kind of cylinder, and then I put this inside, and it's actually quite nice. So I thought that I would do that. This was like half the price of this, funnily enough. And then I bought some candy. So the thing is, it's been difficult for me to come up with gifts this year for different reasons. It's getting more difficult each year. I don't have a ton of connection with all of my family members, and so every year it's difficult to come up with something new. So what I've done now for a while is I bought a shared gift, which sounds totally lame, but that's what I've done. And last year I gave them. Actually, while I'm talking, let me get up and go get something else here. Another gift that I can show. But last year I gave one of these SNES Mini, Super Nintendo Mini consoles. It was out of print or out of stock, whatever. So I had to win it from an auction. Last year I got sick of not being able to give my family as much as I'd like, so I made sure to sell a lot more than I usually do, and I bought some nicer gifts. So I bought that SNES for my family last year, and a little bit more for my mom than I usually do. But this year it's gonna have to be the Raffaello candies. They're actually for my mom because she likes them. I'm just gonna. This is her gift. A flat iron. I don't even actually know what this is called in English, but everybody knows what this is. This is what she wanted. One of the things she wanted, but it seemed to be the main thing she wanted. So I wanted to get her that. Just throwing these in. I'm not sure how I'm gonna package this, but I'll throw these in, whatever, because I know she likes them. And then speaking of candy, this is actually the thing that I'm gonna unbox for my family up there, for my dad, my sisters, and my stepmom. So this year I've had to just settle for edible things, but I'm gonna buy a couple of 1 or 2 bottles of wine, or this special kind of mulled wine mixed with a kind of sparkling fake champagne kind of thing. I've tried one of those and I really liked it, so I thought that I could buy one of those bottles for them. And then when I was there last time buying things for myself, I saw a similar bottle, but a little bit different, like a variation. So I thought maybe I can buy both. But then we have this also, which is sweets, edible stuff. I'm gonna show you this in a minute. But while I was there picking up the package, I went in and I bought these other things and some sourdough bread, which is my absolute favorite. I bought some candy for them. I don't think they're. I mean, I don't know. I think they'll appreciate the thought more than anything. It's not really much, but these are nice. These are nice. However, I'm kicking myself. This is typical me. I come up with an idea. I'm balling it or throwing it around in my head for a few seconds, and I decide, okay, yeah, that's a good enough idea. Hazelnut. Yeah, my sister has a pretty serious allergy to nuts, so I'm gonna have to do something else with this. I don't actually want to stuff my face with all these myself. Well, I surely want to, but as I was saying before, I don't think that's wise. I don't feel like I need to either. I'm not necessarily that tempted. I think I'm just gonna bring these to my mom for Christmas, and we can eat some of them, and I'll just give them to her. Yeah, but so gifts for my mom here and here, I guess. Gifts for my family. Wine to be purchased. These and this, which has been sitting here, kind of. Being all alluring all this time. So this is and a very nicely sized box for shipping off some DVDs. There's something else in here. They often give you a bonus. Salty raspberry licorice. From what company? Does it say? Okay, Lakrisroten. That is the company I bought this from. So I bought from them a bunch of times before, but not in a while. But I'm not sure if you can really see what this is, but it's extremely salty licorice called Swedish motherfuckers. I think this might be based on a Icelandic salty licorice, salmiak, which is something I have tried, and it is very very salty. I mean, I can eat a bag of salty licorice without really having a big problem with the level of salt. But this, I mean, if this is the same as those Icelandic ones, I recall eating 2, 3, then I couldn't eat anymore. I had to wait, and then maybe one more a bit later. So it's not that I want to torture my family, but I've been hearing about these, and I was just curious about them. And then they had these also, the chocolate ones. Now I am kicking myself once again. Not just for buying this, although again it's gonna go to my mom, but they also had Santa Claus motherfuckers, which is basically the same as this, I guess, but the coating was some kind of, instead of chocolate, I guess, which this is, or yeah, cocoa powder perhaps, I'm not sure. This is probably more chocolate inside than what you can see. This might be salmiak powder outside. Well, anyway, they had one of these with a Christmas theme, which was Christmas flavor as well. The name of the company is Haupt, by the way. For these two, but the Santa Clauses, they were limited edition. I was too late. I wasn't sure what to buy for them, so I missed out on them, which I kind of kicked myself about, like I said. And then I got these as well, winter edition. Why not? Sweet licorice sweet licorice with salty caramel. So, what do you think? These three and this, for some reason, it feels kind of ridiculous to put this in there too. But these two together would have been better. But with the hazelnut, I just can't. But what do you think? These three boxes, they're not. I mean, they're more expensive than they look. I don't know if what they look like they cost. But this is about $30 for these. Whatever, that's the price. And then some wine. Do you think that's a good idea for my family? I don't know. It's what I have. I mean, I see no difference. It's the same. Well, I see a difference in the wood. This is a bit more minimal, perhaps, but I don't really care. I don't really care what it looks like. They also gave me these. I mean, an extra lamp, I guess, if one breaks. So that's if one breaks. Are you serious? Well, ow, jeez. Yeah. I think this one broke altogether. Okay, well, it was very cheap. I guess we shall switch this out. Really, really warm though. I can't even touch it. Okay, how much do you bet that this is gonna last? Well, let's say until New Year's. $4, $5. This was the only one they had. I didn't have a choice. I mean, as long as it works, I just need the lights to be on, and you'd expect them to be, because that's what you. Anyway, they also included these. I guess it's, you know, a kind of mini wreath that you're supposed to put around. I don't like that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't. That's ugly. So that's all right. Perfect. Just one more thing, and yes, I realize how dumb I am. But this is also. I just realized, like, walking over here, like as soon as I saw them. Now, when I walked over into the kitchen, it hit me for some reason after having spoken about this for so long. This has hazelnuts, like this has whole fucking hazelnuts, and that's like what this is. Jesus Christ. These, okay, so that settles it. I'm buying two bottles, and then these three. That's pretty good, I think. I think these would just kind of fuck it up. It looks nicer with these two bottles. If I pack them kind of nicely. Oh, I forgot to look for a bag to put this in, because alcohol is hard to gift in any other way than like a bag, and I don't have that. So I'm gonna have to pack them somehow, kind of, maybe when you open the box, they lie there nicely, like on some paper or something, or some, you know, padding. I'll figure something out, but yeah, this was a travesty. Okay, I'm gonna be sitting here this nice Sunday morning, 9:45. I showed you this before, if you remember. I said foreign film. I realized when I edited. Of course, this is not foreign to me. The rest of the stuff maybe. Well, there's a lot of Swedish stuff, but the rest of the foreign stuff is foreign to me. But this is foreign to you, anyway. So I think this is gonna be pretty bad, but I'm just gonna have it on, sort of listen to it, kind of glance at it now and then. So this is very musically oriented, which maybe was to be expected when this guy is in it. He's an artist, vocalist, singer. That's how I know him. I don't know him as an actor. Maybe he has acted, I'm not sure. But a lot of it, the plot sort of centers around the choir in the church, and rivalry between the brothers concerning that aspect. But it's not awful, you know. I'm looking at these. Hold on. These new anti-worlds, or well, they're not new, but the most recent ones.
I'm looking forward to this one in particular. Although, well, I might actually. I'm curious about this. I might check this out first.
Okay, it's many hours later. It's in the afternoon, and I fell asleep. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, if I was gonna stay awake until the evening and then fall asleep early and wake up at a reasonable hour. But that never works. It just, I don't know, never does it. But I slept for a few hours, 4 or 5. And now I'm back. I'm back to the film. You know, I actually kind of enjoy. I kind of like it. I'm thinking maybe it's time to listen to this soon. This hasn't ever been a tradition of mine to listen to this at a certain time or anything, but every time I listen to this, something really touches me deeply. It's been this way for the past few years. It's a really beautiful song. It's Holy Night in Swedish. Wonderful version. So it's almost over. I would say that this film has been surprisingly engaging. Simple as that. I've been following along with the story and liking the characters. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios, dialogue that is awkward, so on, and that is to be expected with a Swedish film like this. But for what it is, I think it's quite. It works quite well, and I'm not surprised to find that people generally have liked this. I don't think it's great, but I think it was probably a little bit different than I was expecting. It was more of a drama. Well, it is a drama. It's definitely not anything else. So I think I was expecting more of a kind of family getting together, not over the top necessarily, but kind of quirky, relatable, maybe a little bit over the top Christmas comedy, that kind of thing. That's not what this is, and I honestly think it is pretty good. Okay, I should stop filming because there was a pretty big spoiler at the end. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna eat this, drink this, and then I'm going to watch something while I'm eating. Today was one of those days I really didn't feel like working out. And then I remember what I said before, like, when you don't want to work out, that's when it's important. And I know this from before. I know from experience that sometimes I just kind of give in and I do what I want to do. I lie down in the couch watching all the great movies that I received yesterday. I can carry this in, I guess. Instead of getting up, getting something to eat, and then working out, even if you don't want to. And I'm a little bit, by the way, I've shown this a few times, the end of my sofa, and I always forget to comment, and then when I edit, I'm like, that really looks bad, looks rough. Thing is, with those arm pieces of the couch, I never received the fabric for those. Well, I did later, but by that time I had already furnished, and it was such a big deal, a big nuisance having to take it apart, so I just never did, and it's been breaking over the years, so it doesn't look too good. But so I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm going to work out. This is my little spot that I try to make as comfy as possible. Anyway, so I should, follow my own advice and do the thing I don't want to do. Anyway, work out. I mean. Watch this Real Marigold Hotel, Series 4, Episode 4. This is something I like. I'm not gonna defend it. I like it. It's very sweet. I was I was so confused. I thought that I was watching Episode 4, and then it said I thought that was the last, which it is. But then it said next time. And I thought, oh, there's more than 4. So I went to the menu to try to find the 5th episode. It didn't exist on the 5th episode on the first disc. So I thought, well, maybe it's on disc 2, which seems strange because disc 2 has 4 episodes of The Real Marigold on Tour, which is like a sideshow, which is just as good, really. And then but then on the back, it's why I put in disc 2 to see if it was on there, which it wasn't. So, and I wasn't surprised. But then on the back it says that it's 8 hours long. This show or this DVD,
which would 4 plus 4 would make it 8 hours. And so I thought, what the hell? What's going on? Are there missing episodes? Well, turns out that I was watching episode 3, not episode 4. So I was about to. I mean, I even had the thought like, oh, I gotta email them, like they haven't put all episodes on the disc, and I just was so sure that I was watching the last episode. Well, apparently not. So let's fast. This has Britt Eklund, by the way, who's a Swede. I don't really know her very well, but I know that she's Swedish. Anyway, let's fast forward to. See you next time. Fast forward to next episode. I'm not gonna watch much of this. I'm gonna work out soon. Oh, what a great angle! I love the light. How's this for Christmas content? Utter pain. Oh, I really don't want to have these over the holiday. I mean, these headaches. This is the worst one I've had so far this round. I'm sorry if this is inappropriate content for this video, but I just thought that I would share the utter level of defeat. I mean, this is, to be honest, it's not quite as bad as it was a few years ago, but it's still these headaches, that whether they are cluster headaches or whatever they are. And I'm having I can't stand light, so I mean that's why I'm doing this. It's always on one side of the head, and it's like I said before, it's like somebody's grabbing your eyeball and just squeezing it hard and just kind of massaging it. It's not pleasant at all. And as much as you get you never really get used to them. It's so hard to. They're so difficult to ignore. Man. There's a video of Daniel Radcliffe when he has one of these and he's doing an interview, and he kind of pulls through somehow, which really is admirable. I mean, and I suppose I could probably do that with this level of pain, but I suspect that maybe his pain was greater than mine. But this is still very, well, it's not very bad, but it is quite bad. And I really hope that I can that these won't strike on Thursday. It just sucks. I'm having to go away for an hour or maybe more, just sit in a dark room. Anyway, sorry about this, but I thought that I would share it because something's happening. So I'm gonna be a little bit naughty with focus on a little bit. I have laundry today, but I forgot to do them, and now it really it's between 2 o'clock and 9 o'clock. It's closer to 9:30, 10 o'clock right now, and these are quite loud. But right here, above this thing, this laundry room, is my apartment, and I can hear this thing when that's on. I can hear, you know, this big noise when that's on, and usually people leave it over throughout the whole of the fucking evening into the middle of the night. It doesn't really bother me, but I can hear it. I'm not using that as a defense, but I just mean that I'm basically the only one who can hear this when this is on, because I live upstairs and I don't think anyone else can overhear it. So I'm gonna throw in a quick machine here, 1 hour. Well, let me do that right now, then I have something else to pick up in my, in the basement. Alright, so turn this on again, where it's gonna shut off soon. So while the laundry is cooking, I have one thing that I talked about, because I bought a candle. This is very exciting stuff, but I think if you've been watching this nonsense this far, maybe you don't mind this detail, I'm not sure. I think we need some light here. Right, so what am I looking for?
I think it's down here. It could be upstairs, but I just assumed that I put it down. Maybe I didn't. You know what? I think it's actually upstairs. I don't know why I thought that it was down. I guess I put everything down here when I don't need it. That's right. For some reason, behind all this cleaning stuff, there it is. It's gonna be very dusty. I'm gonna have to clean it. Whoa. Let's bring this down first. So this is basically for the very sad candle that I bought before. Wherever I put that. Here it is. So this is what I have in mind. You can actually see some remains from a couple years ago. So the only slight problem is that I don't know exactly where to put it. I'm not going to put it in the window because I have that light over there. I thought about putting it in one of these shelves, maybe up here. I suppose that could work. Up there. I don't think there's going to be a fire hazard. If I put it on this thing, but it's quite, I mean, it's quite wobbly. I don't know. I mean, up here would be ideal. I think I'm just gonna clear some space just to be absolute sure. I'm not sure if this is too close to the ceiling. I'm gonna have to keep a watch. I mean, lying in bed, it's a nice atmosphere, I guess. What do you think? Teddy bear that I've had for more than 20 years. Why are you here anyway? I thought I was an adult. Well, something's wrong. And here is Real Marigold on tour, which I would honestly argue is maybe a little bit better. I think the only danger of this is that it's gonna possibly leave soot on the ceiling, but I'm only gonna have this one candle lit, so I don't think I'm gonna have to worry. So, this is the last clip of the video. Yeah, no, today's been a good day. I'm happy to be home. I would like to maybe film tomorrow as well. I would, but I'm not gonna have time because I want to edit this video. I have a few more things to do, and then the exporting and uploading takes a while with a video this size. So I kind of have to. I want to have tomorrow to just. I'd like to have tomorrow just to relax first of all, but I also I want to get some editing done and just make sure that I can have this up on the 24th and all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm actually feeling okay. I mean, under the circumstances, things are okay. I've really tried my best to focus on the positive things since filming this video and before as well, but you know, and I think I've done a pretty good job. I'm happy about that. I mean, sometimes you kind of feel like you're making the wrong choices. Oh, I shouldn't have had that pizza last night. Or I don't know. I shouldn't have stayed up so late. Well, sleep is a problem for me. But I don't know. I shouldn't have skipped that workout. I don't know whatever. You feel guilty or slightly anxious about some of the things that you didn't do that you maybe should have done. And I don't feel that way because I have done all the things that I feel like I should do, and I feel really great about that. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, but basically I'd like to leave you with a positive feeling for the end here, because I am feeling quite positive, and that's nice. That's quite nice. By the way, today was I did a killer workout. It didn't really start out as a killer workout because I just didn't have a lot of energy. But then my dad sort of he didn't convince me. I sort of convinced myself to do it,
My cardio is not as bad as it has been, but it's not great. So I decided to not chicken out this time, because he always does these circle kind of cardio circle workouts at the end. They take like 20 minutes. So he usually sets aside 20 minutes for the cardio at the end, because like I said before, I work out at the gym at his office, which is a nice luxury to have. And so I thought I'd join him. And so the workout consisted of 50 squats, 50. I'm not sure if I know all these exercises in English, the terms of them, but 50 kind of dumbbell. You just grab a dumbbell from the floor and kind of stand up with it over your head. 50 of those, 25 each hand, and then 40 meters of lunges. Those were maybe the most difficult for me. And then 30 burpees and 40 lat pull downs as well on the lat machine. And then like 20 V-ups, a stomach exercise, and then 20 kettlebell swings, which apparently I cheated on. I didn't mean to, but I misunderstood the range of motion. And then 10 push-ups, and then 10 calories or 800 meters we decided to do on the exercise bike. And that's something that I've done a lot, and I couldn't figure out, I don't use those very much, so I couldn't figure out in the sort of the stress of the moment or whatever to how to increase the level. So that took me longer than it should have. So I feel like if I had done the kettlebell swings properly, that would have taken me longer. But if I had also managed to switch up the level of the exercise bike, stationary bike, then I would have saved time on that. So I was only, I don't do those a lot, and my dad does them all the time. My dad is 60 and I'm 28, so I don't really have a lot of excuses. But he does more of those than I do, so obviously he's gonna be better at them to some extent, I suppose. But his cardio is better than mine. Period. I just anyway. But I was only 30 seconds after him, I think. So to be, yes, I am proud that I was slower than my 60-year-old father, but he's in good shape, and I don't do that a lot. This was the first time, and this time was apparently good. 16 minutes 40 seconds, I think. And so I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna try to keep doing those. I mean, the burpees, they absolutely suck, but anyway. So that's the workout done for, before the holidays, but of course then on Saturday we're gonna work out again. But it's nice to feel like, okay, last workout of the season done, whatever, in a sense. And now tomorrow and Thursday and Friday I'm not gonna work out. I'm just gonna kind of take it easy and relax and spend time with family. So I'm not sure how people are gonna celebrate this year, what you will do or what you did. I suppose it's most likely if you watch this after, because it's gonna be quite long, and it's gonna be uploaded on Christmas Eve. So either way, what you're going to do or what you did do, I really wish you all the best. This year has been tough, and all of that, etc., etc. So whatever you're gonna do this year or not do, let's hope for the next year to be better. It's just exhausting at this point to read the news. Of course, there's a mutation in the UK. Of course it is. Oh, by the way, ending on a little bit of a more happy note, something more trivial, Christmassy. Maybe that's more appropriate to end this video with. So I bought the alcohol for my family. I bought the alcohol for my family, but I bought the bottle. It's right over there. I can show you a brief clip of it. The red bottle that you're looking at now is the one that I planned on watching, and then the bottle of ale you're looking at now was sort of not a backup, but it was a plan B, because I was gonna buy another bottle similar to the red one, which was white, and I don't know, it looked kind of nice, and it looked like the same kind of, it looked like the same company made it, and I've tried the red one, which is nice, and I thought that I might as well buy the white one because it seemed like didn't seem like enough otherwise. But the white one wasn't in stock, so I tried to find something else. And I suppose my father is the only one who drinks beer out of, well, my sister does as well, so maybe she's gonna have some. Anyway, so I went with that. I looked around and I found that as a backup. So those 2 bottles and the 3 containers of licorice is gonna be my present for the family this year. But again, last year I bought a more expensive thing, so maybe we can eat the licorice and play the game, because we still haven't played all of it, so you know, or the games I should say, you know, from the SNES Mini. I suppose I mentioned that before, but I shouldn't assume that people remember what I said. Well, I'm gonna go make some food, listen to Conan O'Brien's podcast with Amy Sedaris. Was the last episode, came out yesterday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna watch something and have a nice evening. I'm in a good spot right now, so I'm gonna enjoy this evening. Watch some films perhaps, and this video honestly it turned out to be a more in depth than I was expecting. But you start to film a couple clips and then you kind of get into it. You start enjoying it, and you realize that you are enjoying it, and then you want to keep going, and then it just kind of builds and grows into a video that is perhaps too long, maybe contains some unnecessary stuff. But I'm not trying to make masterpieces here. I'm just sharing stuff with a few people that may want to watch it, and this has been good for me too, to make this. It's been something that I've spent a lot of time on and thought on, and it's been a very positive thing to have this project for a couple of weeks now. So thank you for taking part of it, and maybe we can do this again next year. Maybe circumstances are a bit different. I live alone, and I don't do a ton of Christmassy activities with families and stuff anyway, so I'm not sure how different it would honestly be. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. That's it. I can see on my phone that I've been speaking. My nose. I gotta take something for my nose. It's clogging up. But I can see on my phone that I've been speaking for 16 minutes, and that is definitely a bit too long. So I'm gonna cut this here, and all right. Thank you. Merry Christmas.